Hey everyone, this is Peggy with Sweet Tea Makery and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to show you a must-have storage hack for wreath making, and what we're going to use this to store is our raffia. Okay, so we all have raffia, and when we start using it, it just gets, a big mess, and it's just crazy. So I was inspired by another crafter who made a little storage box. Now hers is totally different from mine, from the way I'm making mine, but this is the supplies that I had on hand, and I felt like it would work best for me. So if you have another idea, let me know in the comments. That would be an awesome thing to share. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. You can do that by hitting that subscribe button and tapping the red bell, and that will give you notifications when I upload new tips and tricks or a new crafting project that I'm working on. But without further ado, let's talk about the things that you need. So I had on hand a small box from Home Depot. I've been storing some things, and this small box has a perforated place here that is actually for handles, and I'll show you that a little bit closer. It's just the small box, not the extra small box. The extra small boxes do not come with the handle. So I'm just using this old pair of scissors that I use for kind of just general use, some shipping tape. You're going to want a marker or a pen, anything that you can mark with, a hole punch, and this is the kind of hole punch I'm using, just a regular everyday hole punch. And I also have 2 shoestrings that I removed from a pair of tuna shoes that I didn't really wear a lot. So, and of course your raffia. So I'm going to move this aside and we're going to talk about this. So let me show you. You can see that's where the handle is, but I'm going to put this one aside because I already have one made up, and I'm just going to show you the steps that I did to make my storage box for my raffia. So I put together the box as you normally would. From the bottom, I taped it up with my packing tape. So my next step was to push through those pieces, which were on here. I pushed them through, but they were still attached to the inside, as you can see here. So you can take either scissors and trim that off. You can use a knife if you want to use a knife, or you can use I can't think of the term now, but it's a cutter, so you know what I mean, I'm sure. So I did not do the other side. I wanted it to remain solid, and so it's still there. And what I'm going to do a little later here is add a piece of tape on the outside just to keep it from accidentally getting pressed open. Okay, so far we've got a top for where our raffia is going to come out. So what I did was, and I'm going to lift you up just a tad so you can see what I'm doing. So turn on this side. So I press these down, and here's the top. So if you can see here, now I already have the holes punched. Sorry, I already have the holes punched. But what I did was just take my hole punch, and I just slid it as far as it could go, punched a hole. Then I went to the other side and tried to line it up as best as I could, and punched a hole on both sides. So then, while it was still closed, I took my marker, and I went through and made sure that I made a mark all the way through. You can use a pen if you want, to where it showed up on the shorter inside flaps. Okay, well, this will not fit the length of that, so you can take your knife or your box cutter, and I just used a hole and I punched through using that dot as a center, and I just made an X. Okay, and I did that on both sides. So this lines up all together, okay? So the other crafter had taped hers up, and so when sometimes your raffia will get all tangled up and you'd have to open it and you know, fix it, and then you have to untape it and retape it. Well, I didn't want to do that. I just felt like there was a different way that I could do it. And so what I had in mind, and again, y'all, this is a huge bag of raffia. So right now, I'm going to take it off of my, off camera, I'm taking it off of my hanger. I'll just get it loose from there. And of course, you can remove the plastic. You're removing the plastic. Sorry, y'all, for the noise. But I wanted you to get an idea of how this works. So before we close it up, I'm just going to stick my raffia in here. It's either raffia or raffia, however you want to pronounce it. And I'm going to stick it in this box. And I'm going to get a little starter. Some starter there. Okay? And you can put as much as you want in there. We're going to close these shorter flaps. Alright? We're just going to close them down. And then you need 2 of these shoestrings, 1 for either side, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come up through the bottom, and I left this part on because it just makes it easier to get it through your holes, okay? So we're going to get this here, and we're going to kind of get it, well, we're going to get it even as much as we can, and then we're going to go to the other side and do the same thing. We're just going to go through it, and you can purchase brand new shoestrings, you know, from the dollar store or wherever. You know, they're easily found. Okay, so next we're going to fold this flap over, and one at a time we're going to put it through the hole. Now you can reinforce this. I don't think it's going to have as much, you know, opening and closing as to really tear it through, but and we've got to just make this a little bit even. There we go. So we're going to do both sides. This is super fast and super quick, and really, honestly, I think it's a great storage idea. So we're going to close it, and we're going to try to get that as even as possible. Let's try to get that one. Yep, that's pretty even. I'm just going to hold it there for a second while I get this other one pulled through. That's pretty even. And we're going to start on one side. So I'm going to pull that as tight as I can. I do this, so I'm doing this. I do this to keep it super tight. I just go back again like that, put my finger on it like that, and we're going to tie a bow, okay? That's going to keep it nice and secure from flopping open. And as an added measure of security, I'm going to tie another bow. And you can do as many as you want, but I'm just doing 2. So we're going to do the other side. Same thing, I'm pulling these up. I'm pulling as tight, it really closed as I can. I twist it to keep that tightness, unless you have someone else there helping you. But we're going to make a bow, and again, we're going to pull those loops out, and we're going to make a second bow, okay? So you can write on here if you want. You can write Raffia Storage Box, whatever you want to say on it. But, so what you can see here, and it doesn't matter if it's upside down or not, whatever way, but here you can pull out your raffia, and then it's not like a whole huge mess. And when it gets untangled or gets tangled down inside and you need to open it up, all you do is untie your shoestrings just like this. We can do both of them. You just untie your shoestrings, or you need to add more raffia into it. You open it up, get it fixed, add more raffia, and then just retie it again. So I think it's a pretty handy little hack that you might want to try, and it keeps everything nice and neat. And I just love it, and I've been using it for just a little while, and it's worked perfectly for me. So I hope it works perfectly for you. Let me know in the comments if you like this idea, or if you try it and you like it. Even if you don't like it, tell me what you don't like about it so we can improve, you know, or share ideas with each other. Again, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do that now and hit that red button, and you'll be seeing new ideas, fun projects, and crafty hacks for you to share with you. Thank you again, and we'll see you again soon. Y'all have a blessed day.